Congrats to Tech. I think they're playing really good basketball right now, and it's an unbelievable testament to Josh and his staff and to the veteran guys on their team to be playing this well with what they're going through. The uncertainty where you finally find out that you're not going to be able to play in the postseason, and to still have his guys juiced up and ready to play. It's a sign of a coaching staff that's, to me, that's connected with his guys that are connected, guys that love to play, love to compete, and veteran leadership that they have in their program. And so, again, I think this is their 5th out of 6 wins, 5 out of 6, and I just think they're playing outstanding basketball. They're talented. Alvarado, really gave them a great start. He plays with such great energy. He's so competitive, and I think he really understands how to play the position. Obviously, DeVoe has played as well as any guard in this league this year. He has such a unique game and his ability to score the basketball and to do it at his pace. And then they're big guys, Banks and Wright. Wright is maybe as improved as anyone in this league, and so congrats to them.
Questions?
Jeff, from a defensive standpoint, I guess for tonight and just in general, what made Alvarado so challenging?
Well, he's always challenging. Because he's good. That's the very first thing. He's good. He's really confident. He plays with great spirit. He looks like he loves to play basketball. He looks like he loves to compete. Not just play basketball, but he loves to compete. And he loves to figure out, how to beat you and how to get under your skin and how to motivate his team and, all of those things. I think that's what makes it such a challenge. He's a good guard. He's a very good guard.
Coach, you shook off a rough first half, kind of stormed back there, closed it within 4, I believe. What was working well when you closed it, and then what kind of fell apart down the stretch?
Well, I thought the push we made at the end of the half, just to get it to 9, to have it somewhat manageable at halftime. We were able to get a few stops. We were able to see the ball go through the basket. I think at one point we hit maybe 3 threes in a row. And so we were able to see the ball go through the basket, gave us a little momentum. We came out in the second half. We forced a quick timeout by them, with us pressing right across half court with a trap. We were able to make a couple of shots, and we had the momentum a little bit. But again, they're a good team. They're a veteran team, and they're playing really well. They were able to withstand it, and then they punched us back, and we could never really get it close after that.
What problems does Georgia Tech's defense present to the offense?
Well, they present a lot. First of all, they do a good job of mixing their defenses. They're constantly switching, and so if you have a team that, what they do is that they get you constantly thinking, okay, what are they in? And, we're not a team where we can make quick adjustments where we see, and okay, this is what they're in and let's go. We have to process it a little bit. So I thought early in the game, I thought we were slow. I thought we were slow getting into things because they were away from us, and, we had to think a little bit. I thought when we were at our best is that we were just flowing into stuff. Our pace was a little bit better, and we ran our stuff harder because we weren't thinking. We were just going through it. We were playing off instinct. But they have great length at the basket. Those 2 guys, Banks and Wright, do a really good job of protecting the basket. They have good length and athleticism on the wing with Usher. Alvarado can get after you. And then DeVoe is, he's big, for a guard. And so I think that's the reason why. But they do a good job of switching up their defenses.
Coach, you seem to have a little moment with Jose after the game. What does an opposing coach after a game like this say to a player like that?
Well, I won't get into what I said to him, but he's a kid that I've had a lot of respect for since I saw him play AAU with the Wrens. I loved his competitive spirit back then, just as a fan watching basketball in the summers. And, I was here with Duke when he had that horrific injury. And I remember I reached out to him afterwards. And so he and I have built a pretty good relationship over the years. And he's a young man that I just, I love guys that love to compete and that are all about team, and just his competitive spirit and his energy for his team and his program, it's contagious. You know, I've watched him on tape. I mean, he's playing a banjo, he's marching, I mean, he's doing all these different things, and it's just, you know, that becomes contagious. And it's great when you see a young person that loves competition. And I have a hell of amount of respect for people to do that.
Anything else for Coach Craven?
Jeff, this was the team's 7th straight loss. What sort of in effect has that had on your guys?
I mean, it's having an effect. It certainly is having an effect. But what we've talked about, look, no one's going to feel sorry for us. We have to get our way out of it. We have to fight our way out of it. And you know, we've come close a couple of times, but you know, close is not good enough. We have to continue to fight. And I thought we fought tonight. You know, I thought the way we ended the half and the way we started the second half. But again, we're playing against a team that's very talented, that's good, that's older, has a lot of experience, and it's playing really, really good basketball right now. And you know, there's a little bit tonight. I felt like I was interested to see how they would come out, knowing that you know they can't go to the postseason. Sometimes in that situation, you can have kids that quit and it's over with. We can't go, so what does it matter? But again, I doubt that will happen with Alvarado. I doubt that he would allow that to happen, and he's just galvanizing force because of his competitive spirit that kind of brings everyone together.
You all get, I think 6 days off now until the ACC tournament starts. How much, how much do you think that could potentially benefit this?
I don't know. I mean, it's an odd time. I think it's the worst time, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, I think we got screwed on the schedule, and I've been upset about it. You know, I wish other people were upset about it. We're the only team that hadn't had a bye, and we won't even get a full week like everyone else has had in our league. We played, I think, 4 teams this year off of their bye. I think we've had more 9 o'clock games. I think we've had more noon games. You know, it's been really interesting, and I do think that has affected us a little bit. When you start January 4th and you go 20 games in this league, and you know, I get upset when I hear people talk about our league's not that good. And you know, I think what's happened is that we don't have the star power that our league has had. And then it's also hurt us a little bit that North Carolina's down. But I think from top to bottom, I think the league is actually maybe a little bit more competitive this year than it was last year. You just had those 3 teams last year that not only were really good, but they had unbelievable star power. And so I think all of that's taking a toll on us. I really do. And it's an odd time to have a bye at the end. We'll take advantage of it, and you know, hopefully that helps us as we get to whoever we find out. We'll find out Saturday night who we're playing and start getting prepared for it for Tuesday.
Okay, last one.
Just the impact that James Banks had, particularly on the defensive end.
Yeah, he impacts the defensive end because of his ability to protect the basket. And when you have a guy like that and he also has energy. So it's not like that he's just big and long and athletic. He has energy, and he's a completely different guy than he was when he was at Texas. And again, I think that shows the development and all the stuff here. But you know, when you have a guy that can protect the basket, that gives your perimeter guys a little bit more confidence to take some chances. You know, you can kind of funnel guys there because you know you have a guy that can protect the basket like that. And so he does a really, really good job. He's long, he's athletic, he has good energy, he talks. I've always felt if you have a presence inside defensively, especially one that talks, then you know your defense has a chance to be a lot better because that guy kind of can control everything, he sees everything, he kind of quarterbacks everything. And again, they do a good job of mixing up defenses, and he does a good job of protecting their basket.